Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. You cannot experience the life you want without this. You can't have the big dream or that amazing goal or that amazing outcome that you are desirous of, that you're thirsty for, without that this. And what I actually mean is that you literally cannot have it. Okay? So I want to make sure that as you are stepping into this second half of the year, last night we talked about, just getting on that train with these different beliefs and using beliefs to empower your journey. Now we're going to talk about this one area that if you don't master this, then you might as well not even decide till you're going down the road with goals and dreams and vision, right? And where I'm coming from with this particular strategy or this particular life skill is in knowing that life is going to come with its challenges. It's almost as though the moment you set your sights on something new, something that you're desiring, the moment that you decide, yes, this is what I'm up to, this is the game I'm playing, right? The moment that you do that, it's like life starts lifing. You start having these different things coming into your space. It's almost as though you're setting yourself up to succeed, and at the same time, all these roadblocks and obstacles, they just magically appear out of nowhere, right? Well, the truth is that in order for you to have the thing that you're going after, to get that dream, to get that dream life, to create the thing that you deserve, in order for you to actually do that, you have to become the person that can experience this dream or this life. A lot of times we sit on social media, or on YouTube or anywhere else and we're looking at people's lives and we think we actually know who they are, and all different aspects of their stories. And what is actually true is that you don't see everything that is happening behind the scenes. They take snippets. You get maybe some minutes or up to a couple of hours of somebody's entire life every week. And so we misinterpret the success and the goal getting and all of the things that are usually placed on social media. We mistake that to actually include the journey to getting to those things. And so what I want to say to you is that if you want to shift your life, if you want to have a different level of greatness, if you want to create this amazing life that you deserve, this life that you desire, then you can't skip out the part that is actually going to help you to learn. It's going to help you to grow as you prepare to become the person that you want to be having this experience. Now, it took me a little time, I will be honest, to wrap my mind around suffering being a part of the journey, or to wrap my mind around challenges being a part of the journey, right? But if you remember, Einstein has a very popular quote that says, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that we used when we created them." So if it is true that we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we had when we created them, then what that means is, or this is how I interpret it as a life transformation expert, I interpret that to mean I cannot have the experience of this new dream, this new life that I want, with the same mind as the person that had the idea of this new dream or new life. Think about it for a moment. If you're in a situation now where you don't own a home, and your big thing is, "Oh, I'm going to get that dream house," right? The person that has the dream, "I'm going to get that dream house," is not going to be the same person that's going to put the key in the door and walk through. No, the person that's going to put the key and walk their way through is going to have a much better understanding of the home buying process. They're going to go through all the different obstacles and hurdles that they would have had to face, whether it be the financial ones, whether it be the cultural ones, whether it be the family ones. Whatever are the hurdles that you have to face in order to get from the idea the dream to actually experiencing that fully, that person, is two different people. I mean, yes, it's the same individual, that same body, but your mind has expanded to a whole new level. You have a different understanding of your process to even getting there. You have a better appreciation for the work that you had to put in to actually get to that point. And so when you'll notice that in your life, for example, you may have encountered a change that you had to go through, right? You encountered a change that you had to go through. We can use this space of love and relationships. Maybe you at one point were single and you decided that you were going to take on this vision of love and go after that thing, right? And after you go through the process, you recognize that, boy, it was less about all the people I was meeting and more about the changes I had to make. So when somebody else comes along now and they're single and you're happily booed up, and they're like, man, I just can't wait to get booed up like you, and et cetera, et cetera. You're able to actually talk to them about the journey. You're able to talk to them about the person that you had to become in order to experience this amazing love that you now have as a part of your life. So that's what I mean, guys. And truth be told, you won't get to the experience. You might get to the edge of it, but to actually have that experience, you have to walk through it to get to it. You have to walk through whoever you need to be. You have to walk through that becoming process in order to get to the place that says, okay, I'm now seeing myself as this person. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got this degree. I can't believe that I got this job. I can't believe that I was able to buy this house. And you can look back and you can see the path that you took. You can see the suffering that you may have gone through. You can see how you've grown. And that is actually what is going to set you up for the next dream that you have. Because the moment that you arrive at this, okay, I've achieved this particular thing, that's the moment where you have another desire that you're now being called into. So life actually calls us into becoming the person that we need to have the experience that we want to have. And a lot of times we spend a whole heap of time trying to avoid that becoming. And what is true is you can't avoid it if you're going after that particular thing you desire. And why would you want to avoid it? Why would you want to avoid becoming a better version of yourself? And if you check any guru out there, any pop famous person, Oprah, anybody, the Kardashians, all those, anybody that is famous and that is online, etc. You check any of them, they have evolved. They are not the same person that they were when they started. They have grown and become a different level, a higher level of themselves so that they can actually have this experience. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, okay, well, how do I know if I'm stuck in this persona? How do I know that I haven't started moving towards my becoming? Well, you can tell because you're going to keep getting the same results that you were always getting. So maybe it is that you have this house vision on your vision board, and it's still just like a vision. It just, no matter what you're doing, it can't move forward. You can't move towards it, right? I have another conversation that I may have tomorrow, which is all about your commitment. You do have to make a commitment to actually be the person that is going to create this life. And you have to commit to being that person over and over again because life is going to throw things at you. Life is going to put things on your path to make sure that, yeah, you are willing to grow into, to become, to develop the person that is deserving of this thing, right? And so when you're looking at, if you've had a long time dream and now you're still, waiting, like now I'm still waiting for this dream. I'm still trying to, have this thing happen for my life. I'm still trying to recreate myself, still trying to recreate my career. I'm still trying to recreate my love life. Whatever it is that maybe is a long time dream. Maybe it's not just a dream for this year and you're still figuring it out in the middle of the year. Maybe it's a long time dream. Whether it's a long time one or it's a relatively new one, the point is that your commitment to becoming the person that you need to be is going to be evidenced by the results you already have. So if you're on your path, I've been using this house example. If you're on your path to this dream home and you expected to have it 2 years ago, and you start looking at, well, where have I had the gap? Oh, I've always complained about not having the money. Then where is the money going? You can look back at your bank statements, your online accounts. You can look back and you can actually see where your money's been going, right? You can also look back and see, well, what have I not actually put in place? Maybe there are things I needed to put in place, like I needed to fix my credit. And I haven't taken the time to go and do that work. So you're becoming, when you think about having this thing, this life that you deserve, then you have to show your life. You have to show your life that I'm no longer thinking with the same mind that had that dream. I am thinking with the mind of the person that is actually experiencing it. If I'm going to be the person that's going to have that dream home, then what it means is that I actually have to put in practice what homeowners do. I have to make sure that I have enough of a deposit. I have to make sure that I have the belief in myself that I can actually own this home. I have to show the fortitude that I'm willing to do the legal paperwork. I have to set up a plan. All of those things don't just happen overnight. And then when life starts to happen, like, when the things start to show up, you don't just put the dream on the back burner because it's gotten a little challenging. Your commitment equals your results, right? So if you are committed to something, then the person that you are becoming, that vision, that person is going to pull you through those moments when it gets challenging. And then you will actually see the result that says, yes, I was committed to actually being this homeowner, or I was committed to having a love life that actually is exemplary of the wonderful person that I am. I am committed to having this amazing career that I really desire, that pays me abundantly well. But you can't just sit around and wait for it to land in your lap. You have to become that person, and you got to become that person almost in the next step from having the idea, because life is going to come at you. That's just the way it is. And thank God that it does, because half of the time, if we didn't have problems to solve and lessons to learn, we would not be growing. We'd be sitting here with a mediocre life. That's why you have so many that are mediocre and so few that are fantastic, because only a few persons are willing to do that next step. They're willing to shed the skin of that old being in order to allow themselves to soar like the butterfly. You get me? So, as we're moving on into the second half of the year, and this is our mid year reset, I just want you guys to remember that you cannot have the life you desire until you start the process of becoming the person that you're going to be in the future. You got to start that process. And I know that you can do it because you've done it before. You have grown, you have learned, you have expanded. And it's not the same person that you were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? So I'm just encouraging you, from somebody that's on the journey herself to all of you that are a part of my community, to step fully into even the uncomfortable, suffering moments of life, because life is for you. Even when it doesn't feel like it, life is for you. All right. So thanks, guys, for joining me for another mid-year reset. I've gone, I think, maybe 6 or 7 videos, so you can always check back on the ones that you may have missed that have gone before now. And hopefully we'll talk again on another mid-year reset. Have a great evening, everybody. Take care.